Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. I'm so excited. First of all, Stacey, can we just celebrate for a little bit because yesterday my book officially launched and
Yes.
we hit number 1 new release on starting a business. I hit number 2 new release for women in business and I hit number 6 new release for the entrepreneurial charts, and those are the big
Those
charts.
are oh my gosh, that
It's
is amazing. I am so proud of you. And it's
it's
just gonna keep going. That was just day one.
That was just day one. That was just day one. So we're going to keep going with the love. So
Oh,
every day this week, I am bringing you a real live person that I have featured in this book. And if you've received your book already, so many of you have just been going through every chapter and keep sending me the pictures. I absolutely love them. It makes my heart feel like it's going to burst. Keep sending
yes.
me the pictures. And also head over and give me a review, please, because that will help me. Whether you bought it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, wherever you purchased it, go submit a review for me. But we're going to talk about chapter 4 today. Okay. So I feature Stacey in chapter 4 of the book. If you have the book and you've gotten to chapter 4, let me know in the chat. Chapter 4 is all about cultivating community. And you know that I talk about this a lot, and I've done a great job of cultivating community right here with Launch Your Box. But what Stacey has done to cultivate community with her subscriptions is pretty incredible. And I think that all of us have a way to do that with our own businesses, whether we sell digital products or physical products, which Stacey does both of. We have a way to really cultivate a community with our subscribers. It's going to create that know, like, and trust factor. It's going to give people more reason to buy. They trust you. They want to give you their credit card every month. It also creates a huge amount of retention for our subscribers. And that's one thing as subscription box owners that we have to battle every month. What does
Right.
our retention look like? We need to keep our subscribers. It's one thing to get subscribers. It's another thing to actually keep them. The longer you can keep them, the higher their lifetime value is, and the more sustainable your business is. So it's not about just getting our subscribers. It's about loving on them. It's about creating this community, and it's about keeping our subscribers long-term. This is a long-term play for our businesses. And I wanted to bring Stacey on because she does a great job of this, and we're going to talk about it today. So I
Yay.
see that the chat is already off and popping.
Yay.
So many people have gotten to chapter 4 already. I love
Oh
it.
my
Stacey,
gosh.
let's go back. Love it. Let's go back. Well,
Okay.
first of all, why don't you tell them about the voice message you sent me last night when you got your book?
I sent her a voice message. I may or may not have been crying a little bit because I knew I was in chapter 4, but I didn't know anything more than that. I knew it was about Printable Club and cultivating community. So I flipped right to chapter 4 and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's almost 4 pages. I thought it was going to be like a paragraph, like Stacey does this. Cool. Okay, bye, And I'm like, how is this almost 4 pages? Read it. I was so honored. I cried. I came running in the door when I got it. I tell it Anthony, I'm like, I know her. He's like, I know you know her. And I'm like, but this is so cool. But anyways, I was just floored and honored. And it just means so much to me to have part of my story out there to the world in this way. So it was just a really cool moment. So I can't even imagine how you're feeling because I'm excited about like 3.5 pages in
Yes.
the book. So I'm just so proud of you.
Well, I'm really proud of you because we have a lot to talk about today. So let's take everybody back to beginning Wilshire Collections and
Yes.
talking about this business because you're great at audience building, you're great at cultivating community, and I need people to understand where your beginning was and not where your right now is, because they
Yeah.
can look at you right now and what do you have, like over 200,000 followers,
Right.
and you have
Right.
a really great big business, but it didn't start that way. So
No.
let's go
No.
back to beginning, Stacey.
Yeah. Everybody starts at 0. Every single person. I've had my business for 10 years now. I started off as a furniture painter, painting custom furniture. I had booths at local stores. And in the beginning, I wasn't even trying to really grow an online community at all. I was focused on my local community. And as the years progressed, I did start to shift a little bit more online, but not until like 2017, 2018. So my business started in 2013. So several years there where, wasn't really focused on that, and took it online, started kind of leaning more into decorating, which is a huge passion of mine, and then crafting and DIY, and discovered the world of Facebook Lives, which was really, really scary at first. But of course, now I pop on there all the time. Don't even like, hey, y'all, don't even think about it. But in the beginning, it was frightening to put yourself out like that. But I knew that if I wanted to take my business online and get out of my garage and not be having to physically paint furniture in order to make money in my business, I knew I needed people. I needed a community. And so I had to find ways to show up, to serve the people, and start building this online community. And it was slow grow at first. I mean, it was not, again, an overnight, like it wasn't like I went live, woke up the next day with 100,000 followers. It was a slow thing, but over the years.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because I think
Okay.
there's some really good teaching points in this, because you've done this so well and you've built this massive audience. So you talk about going live. What were you doing when you were live at that time?
Oh my gosh. In the very beginning, because I wasn't even crafting, it was so bad. Like I would do some kind of little decorating, like a tray or something, but it was so scripted. Like I used to practice in my shower and be like, so I'd get on and be like, hi, I am Stacey with Wilshire Collections, and today we're going to decorate a tray. Like I can't even go back and look at those.
Oh my gosh, I need to see one of those videos.
Never again. Never again. I'll never share it. No, I mean,
so you were decorating. You showed up live. And you were decorating, because that's the audience you were trying to attract, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so I think one of the best things about you, and one of the most important things I want them to learn, is your consistency. Okay. So you go live, you're decorating. How often were you going live?
I mean, back then, probably at least once a week, maybe more, sometimes it just depends. It depends. I really can't remember for sure, but at least once a week, I would say.
So then the lives turn from decorating to now crafting, because now you're going to make some of the things that you're using to decorate. So you start crafting, you're going live, you're grabbing a project. You're like, hey, I'm working on this project. You're not selling anything at this point.
No,
you are just showing up, trying to build your audience, because you were a blogger. And so you were building an audience that would read your blog, and you could monetize your blog. So you were just serving with the goal to monetize your blog back then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about how the digital subscription came to be, because you're serving, you're writing the blogs are starting to make some movement. What happens?
Well, so what happened was in 2020, we all know kind of what happened to the world then. My business really started to see growth and a shift because people were home and they needed that creative outlet. And so even on days where it was really hard for me to show up because of what was going on in the world, I would find things that I could craft and I could do, and I would show up and I would, my community just became so close during that time, because for so many people, they hadn't even crafted in years. And then suddenly they had
Everybody has all this time, right? They're just sitting at home staring at each other. Like, what are we going to do today? Another puzzle?
Like, exactly. So it became an outlet and it became therapeutic. So during that time, as you mentioned, I had the blog, and I had always done like random printables for my blog, like the kind that you would just print out and put in a picture frame. So one day I had created a couple of those for something I was doing, and I printed them out, and I had this moment where I'm like, okay, wait, if I can Mod Podge scrapbook paper, why can't I Mod Podge a printable? That's also paper. I'm like, this could be really cute as a craft. So I grabbed a little Dollar Tree surface, put some Mod Podge on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, went live crafting with this printable, and people went nuts. And they immediately were like, can you make more? And I'm like, I guess, like, sure, let's do this. So it started back in May of 2020 with me creating printables and putting them for sale individually on my site. And people were buying them up faster than I could put them out. And they were buying every single bundle that I did. And I create them with crafting in mind. So they're not just all full sheet images. They're, different sizes so they can create different projects for their home. And I love how you said in the book that without them knowing, my followers and my community are the ones who asked for a subscription.
Yeah.
They literally were like, we need these all the time. We need these every month, and I'm like, okay, how can I do this and make this work where they can get a deal, because they were spending a little too much money on these printables every month when they're buying each one. I'm like, there's got to be a better way to give them access to all of these at a better deal. So in August of 2020, which was just 2 months after this printable craze started, Printable Club was launched. So
okay, so you're launching a digital subscription because
yes.
you are designing the printables, you're putting them together, you're creating what the printable will be,
Yep.
and you're delivering that through an email. You're delivering it digitally. You're not shipping printed out copies. You're not packaging anything. You're literally creating something and sending a file to your subscribers.
Yes.
So tell me what happened when you launched the Printable Club.
It blew my mind. That's what happened. I mean, I knew there was going to be some people ready and anxious, but in our first launch in August 2020, we got 800 subscribers in the first launch.
Only you can get 800 subscribers in the very first launch. Only you. This is incredible.
I know. And we had so many tech nightmares during that launch. So it was like,
I can imagine your website was about to just explode.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was, and I didn't have much of a team. I only had one person on my team back then. So just Katie and I trying to figure out all the things. And I mean, it was a crazy time, but it was amazing. And I mean, immediately I was like, okay, I think I'm onto something. Like, I think that we have found something that's perfect. Oh, that's Lori. Oh my gosh, Janice. Thank you. Yeah.
So we launched the Printable Club. You have 800 paying, reoccurring subscribers. For the first time in your business, you have reoccurring revenue. You were having one-off sales, but really that only started a few months before then. So now you have this influx of revenue, not only revenue, but now you have this influx of customers that, okay, I have to keep doing this every month. And that can feel kind of scary. Like, how do I keep how do I keep outdoing the previous month? How do I keep loving on them? How do I keep delivering this, content so that my community not only stays, but continues to grow, right?
Exactly. And I was definitely all up in my head about all of that in the beginning, because I'm like, how am I going to come up with new designs every month? What if they don't like them? And I still worry 3 years in, and every month I get anxious, like just like you probably do when you send your boxes out. Like, are they going to like them, or that, whatever. And so I had to overcome, a lot of that kind of stuff. But yes, there was a lot of moving parts and a lot of things, but I also knew it was important not just to launch this thing and be like, all right, y'all are in. Okay, well, bye. We got to keep it going. I need to be going live, showing them ideas on how they can craft with the printables, because I can't just give them the, stuff and say, good luck to you. So I made sure that I incorporated a lot of Facebook Lives. Not every live I do is a printable craft, but I'm always showing up every month, doing some printable crafts to give them ideas with the new bundles. So that was a huge way, because the subscription does not have a Facebook group tied to it. It doesn't have that community aspect, but I knew I could build the community on my public forward-facing page. And so, every month at the beginning of the month after new printables come out, I go live, I show the printables so that if there's people that are not in, they can see them, they can join, and then we craft together with the printables. So that has been a fun way to build the community part. Also, the excitement of all of the subscribers at the first of the month, like they all are like, it's like Christmas morning, on the first, they're waiting to log into get the email, log into the member area, get their printables. And in my other subscription, that's my private group, the Decorating and Creating community, people will post in there, oh my gosh, just got the printables, better than last month. So there's a lot of community that just goes on, with people posting and sharing. So,
Okay, so I want to take this to the next level
yeah.
because we have the printable club. Now, do you create the DC after the printable club?
No, so DC did actually come first.
The
It
DC
was,
came
yeah,
first.
so it was my first reoccurring revenue. But back when I launched Printable Club, I'd have to go, it was very small. There were not, I'd say less than maybe around 100 people in the DC at that
Okay.
time. The
So
DC has grown since
tell
then.
them a little bit about that. So your first membership was
Membership
called the Decorating
and
Club
creating community. Yep.
Community. Okay.
Yep.
So you were making the little things on the live, you were styling a tray, you were styling
Yes.
the mantle, you were showing
Yes.
how your pictures are gorgeous, your home is gorgeous. So you're sharing that with them. You have about 100 people in there. So that is your first taste. That's your first revenue stream
Yes.
for the reoccurring revenue. Then you start selling the printables. Now here's our
Yep.
second revenue stream. We're selling them as one-offs.
Yep.
Our third revenue stream comes in because now we've created a membership because everyone loves the printables. How can I make them feel like the VIP in my business? Let me give them perks. Let me give them community. Let me give them a way so they can get this every single month. So you've got the DC. Now you got the PC, the Printable Club.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the Printable Club grows, and you've been focused on that over the years.
Yes.
And then what happens this year?
Well, this year I was getting ready one morning in my bathroom, and I'm pillow obsessed. Everyone should know that. If you don't know me, I'm obsessed with pillows. Always have been. Everybody on my page knows it. And I was thinking about pillows, as I often do when I was getting ready. And I'm like, it would be so cool. I've always had a dream of one day having a line of pillows in a store where you could walk into Target, Kirkland's, wherever, and see Wilshire Collections pillows. And I was thinking, you know what? I don't need a store. Like, I don't need to wait around for a store to come to me. Like, why couldn't I figure out a way to design my own pillow line? I've got this community that would probably buy my pillows. And then I'm like, it would be really cool to have a pillow cover club where I could send them a new cover every month. And I was like, squash it, Stacey. You don't have time. You don't need another thing. Squash, push it back down. And then I had a one-on-one call with Sarah because I'm in her mastermind. And at the very end of our call, I was like, next year, maybe I'll do this other idea. And as soon as I told her, she's like, no, we're doing this. She's like, this is perfect for your people. This is perfect. So I ran with it and got to work with sourcing, just all of it, figuring it all out. And in August, I guess I like August because I didn't think about that. August is when Printable Club launched in 2020. And then August of 2023, I launched the Pillow Cover Club, which has been amazing.
So you went from having a membership to a digital subscription to now you're taking all the knowledge that you've grown, all the knowledge that you've had selling your product, selling your digital subscriptions, building your audience, cultivating that community. And now we're going to do the same thing with yet another revenue stream.
Yes.
And it's going to be physical products. Now there was challenges and there was fears. When you brought that up to me, I relate it. I don't know if you've read any part of the beginning of the book.
I did start on it. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to hear my story about how I just blurted out the fact that I wanted to start a subscription box to my web developer. It was like the same scenario with you to me that day. You just like blurted it out to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, and you were like, okay, can I take that back? Because now Sarah's going to make me do
Now she's going to make me do it.
And that's the best part about having a business coach is to have someone to help work through those ideas and hold you accountable.
Yes.
But in that moment, you just were like, blurted it out. And I was like, this is so perfect for you. But there were obstacles.
Yeah.
I don't have a warehouse. I don't have a team of people that pack subscriptions like you do, Sarah. I don't know that I can handle this. I don't know that I want to do fulfillment. I have so much other stuff going on. I just want to create. I just want to decorate. I want to be the creator, the designer in my business. I don't want to have to manage all the people and all the products and all the things. So this feels scary to me. And I don't know that I want this.
Yes.
And I said, okay, well, let's figure that out. And so we talked about, number one, the manufacturing process and making sure that you knew what you needed to do there. We talked about, hey, you don't have to fulfill and ship a thing. And I put you in touch with someone that could do that for you, which is working out really great for you. Yes. So literally, Stacey designs her pillows.
Yep.
They get sent to the manufacturer to manufacture. The manufacturer makes all of her pillows, sends them to the fulfillment center. Once a month, the fulfillment center prints all of her labels and packs her pillow subscriptions and sends them out to the world. And Stacey never has to touch a pillowcase except for the sample that comes in that she has to approve.
Yeah.
And that is the business that you wanted. And that was what was
Yes.
holding you back from
Yes.
moving forward. And it's all just a simple solution. And as a matter of fact, because I, need decorating, you can see my pillow decorating.
Oh, you got your leaf one. I love it. Sarah is a subscriber, y'all.
I'm a subscriber because I need all the help that I can get with my decorating right now. And I have 2 of her pillows on my couch. I have, what months are these?
So September was the pumpkin, and the leaf was October, and then Christmas just came out this week.
Yeah, it's still in the bag because I still got fall going on over here.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But you turned this into a physical subscription very quickly. Tell everybody what happened during the launch of your pillow club.
Oh my gosh. So I was pushed and encouraged to start off the gate strong with this subscription. And even though I knew I had the community, I had the people that love pillows like I do, I knew that they were going to show up. I knew they were going to be excited about this. You always have that bit of self-doubt. So we started off with 1,000 pillow covers, which, keep in mind, so we have 2 options. They can get 1 a month or 2 a month. So that's not necessarily 1,000 subscribers we were trying to get. We were just we count pillow covers, not people, So we started that off in August, and the first launch, within the first 24 hours, we were at almost 500 subscribers within the first 24 hours of opening it, to the wait list that I had been building. And then to the page. So that was like bananas. And then we got up to around, oh my gosh, Sarah, what was it? Was it almost 8?
I was going to say it was either 750 or
750. It was 750 is what we ended at that first month of launch. So we didn't quite hit that big goal, but my initial goal was 500. Like, that's how many I thought that I was going to do. So the fact that I hit almost 500 in 24 hours, I was like, I'm good. Like, anything above this is gravy, I know 500 subscribers in 24 hours. It was nuts, and so 750 but then once that pillow came out and the next month people were able to see it, because there's some people that they just weren't ready to pull the trigger, because I couldn't show them anything. Yes. The funny part, Stacey had a different, that's so true.
She said, I think I need 500. I was like, no, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
We're going 1,000.
Yeah.
We go big or go home. That's what we do in Texas. And I know you're not in Texas, but I am, and I'm your coach, and we're going big or we're going home.
I'll never forget the moment. I have it on video. I will not share it, but I do have it on video. Sarah's like, oh no, she's like, we're doing 1,000. It was amazing. But sometimes it takes other people like Sarah believing in you more than you believe in yourself. And that is one reason it's so important to have people like Sarah, business coaches, mentors that, you can lean on. But once people were able to see that first pillow, then the next month we added 150 more. And then the next month, so by October, we were sold out of all 1,000 spots in the pillow cover club.
And now we're growing again, aren't we?
And now we're growing again. We've added a couple hundred more spots for this month, for just a couple hundred more, for November. So yeah, we do have some spots. So that pillow just came out, and we're open right now, and getting more people in, because it's the Christmas pillow. Everybody wants the Christmas pillow. So
well, I want to talk about this for a minute, because I think I understand what Sandy's saying here. She's a triple dipper, which probably means she's part of the DC, the PC, and the Pillow Cover Club.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. And so they gave themselves these nicknames. I always like to say that. But so when DC was there, and then Printable Club came, I was in the DC one day talking to them and they were like, I love being in both. I was like, I feel like y'all need like a nickname. Like y'all need a name. So they start throwing out suggestions in the comments. I can't even remember some of them. They were so funny, but somebody suggested Double Dipper. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. So it stuck. So I called them the Double Dippers. They like, it's like a proud thing for them. They're like, I'm a Double Dipper. Well, then Pillow Cover came along and I'm like, what y'all gonna be now? You know, and they're like, we're triple dippers, baby. So I have so many triple dippers. And I had a big live event back in the end of September with 100 ladies from all over the country that came in. And it was so cool because there was, I don't know the exact numbers, but a ton of them were either single dippers, double dippers, or triple dippers, you know? So to have
I feel like you should have had an ice cream bar like set up for them.
Exactly. we did take group pictures and it was like, okay, if you're a triple dipper, stand here now. You know, it was so funny, but I'm so thankful. There's another triple dipper, Janice, Lori, literally.
But this is what happens. I want you guys watching to understand this. This is what happens when you cultivate a community the way that Stacey has cultivated her community. People are going to show up and they're going to want to be a part of everything that you're doing. So these triple dippers, they want to be a part of all of Stacey's community, from the DC Show Me How to Decorate to the Printable Club. And it's all interwoven because the Printable Club matches the Pillow Cover, matches the Decorating Club, and it all is interwoven. And that's the way you build a business, because it's just like with me, Stacey. I curate the box and I design the t-shirt to go with the box.
Right.
So I have the double dippers too. And then I curate the accessory to go with the t-shirt that goes with the box. So then I got the triple dippers. Mine are ultimate subscribers. They're not the dippers, but
you're right.
But
it's the same concept. And I literally almost want to cry just seeing several of these triple and double dippers on here. Like, and I mean, truly, y'all, I love my community. Like I can't understand people that don't want to build a community alongside their business.
Yeah.
Because that is the number one most important thing to me. And when I say I truly care about these ladies, I truly care. Not only about what they think about what I have to offer and making sure that they're happy and they like it, but I care about them as people, you know? And I mean, it's such an important thing to me. And I hands down do think one of the main reasons I've been successful is because of my community and the community I've built and the focus that I've put on that over the years, you know.
The way that you show up and you show up again and you show up consistently and you show up on your bad days and you show up on your good day and you pour your heart and soul out to these communities. And what happens in return is that they show up for you. They show up and they consume your content and they cheer you on and they want to be a part of it. Because when we're a part of a community like this, it allows us to be a part of something that's bigger than ourselves. It's not about that printable. It's not about that pillow cover. It's about this culture that you've created and being part of that community. And that's what I'm talking about in this chapter of the book, because if we can build and cultivate a community in what we're doing, whether we're selling digital subscriptions or physical subscriptions or memberships or whatever we're doing, we're going to attract more people like us, more people like our subscribers, and we're going to retain them. And that is going to bring so much stability, so much, it's going to even the playing field for us where we don't feel like we're doing this all the time. We don't feel like we have to show up and sell all the time, because I know that you don't want to do that.
No,
I know that you want to show up.
That's exhausting.
Yeah. You want to show up and craft with them. You want to go whisper shopping with them. You want to decorate with them. You don't want to show up and sell to them all the time.
Right.
So this allows you to have the freedom to just show up authentically as you are. I have watched you run and scream from a spider. I have watched you laugh and snort and shop at TJ Maxx with your whisper voice. Like you get to be you.
Yes,
And
and that is one thing, it's so important, and that is, I feel like, a key takeaway from all of this is to show up as your authentic self. No one wants to see the fake version of you, and
yes,
in the beginning, I did try and be more scripted. Like I said, I would rehearse my lives, and I felt like I had to be perfect and polished, and that was exhausting. It's way more exhausting to show up as somebody else as it is just to show up as yourself. And people will relate to you more if you do, scream because a spider crawls across your toe. I mean, all these hot mess moments. Like, I feel like now, if I was to show up polished, they'd be like, what's wrong with Stacey? Like, she's not being herself. So, I mean, you have to show up as yourself, and you attract what you put out. And if that's what you're attracting, you're going to attract those kind of people back that are,
absolutely.
real and genuine and all the things. So,
And I love watching you show up as you. I love the community that you have built. And I brought you all this interview because I want to give you permission to just be yourself. I want you to really think about what community that you are building and why. Because I know, as much as this is so great for Stacey's community, this fills Stacey's cup up every single day when she gets to show up, and this is her job. Like, this is what she does. And then we're passionate about it, and when our cup is filled with what we do, we can come up with endless amounts of printables. We can come up with pillowcases for the next 60 months.
yes,
We can do that because it allows us to be in our zone. It
right,
allows us to be fulfilled. It allows us to show up the way we want to. And it's not about a transaction for
right,
Stacey. It's not
right,
about, can I get more dollars in the bank? It's
right.
about, how do I impact the most people? How do I fill the cups of all these people, these hundreds of thousands of followers that follow
Yeah,
me? What can I do to serve them? And when you
exactly.
lead with that every single day, you're going to have an incredible
And
business.
I hope that that's something that always shows through me and shows through my page. And I want to help people create beautiful spaces in their homes, and without having to break the bank. And all of these things that I do play into that. And some do all of them, the triple dipper. Some, they're not going to ever craft a printable a day in their life, but they're going to get that pillow cover. So whatever way that is, I just want to help people create those beautiful spaces, because I love my home, and you spend so much time there that I feel like you should be surrounded by things you love. So anything I can do to help them do the same, it just fills my cup for sure.
Absolutely. Sometimes
Yes.
we just need someone to give us permission. And if you
Yeah.
got anything out of today's live, I hope that you've given yourself permission to, one, be yourself, and
Yes.
two, just keep showing up. It doesn't matter if anyone's there in the beginning, they
No.
will come as long as you are authentic and you keep showing up. Just
Yes.
keep showing up.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
if you want to read more about Stacey's story in my brand new book, I got sticky notes all over it already. It's
Oh
like
my gosh, I love it.
I got it's highlighted, it's underlined.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can go grab my book. Stacey's
Yeah.
featured in chapter 4. I
Yeah.
have dozens of students that are featured in this book, and I know that you're going to be inspired by so many of them. You can head
Absolutely.
over to oneboxatatimebook.com. You can there's a list of where you can buy the book, and I have some free resources there. If you put your receipt in, you can get our beginner bundle bonus. That'll help you get started with your own subscription box business. And if you don't want to start a business, just go be inspired by all
Yeah.
these amazing
Yeah.
people that I have shared in this book.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Some great stories in here for sure.
Yeah.
So
Stacey, thank you so much for
thank
joining me today.
you. Thank
Everybody in
you.
the chat, thank you for showing up.
Yes,
This is
thank
part of
you.
showing up, being inspired, consuming the gold nuggets that Stacey was dropping here today. Just keep showing up. I'll
Yes,
see you soon.
absolutely. Thank you, Sarah. So proud of you.
Thank you, Stacey.
Thanks
Bye,
for having
guys. I'll be
me.
back
Bye.
tomorrow.